Hey everybody, if you are currently watching this on your smartphone in a car, don't make overtly sexual comments to the video screen as you're watching it, because there are consequences.
And I know
for that.
it might be hard not to.
Also, don't spew your lunch all over the car, although it might be hard not to, because both of those things are right out. You can't do them.
You can't do them.
So let's talk about some of the community guidelines for Uber.
Yeah.
These are things that affect both drivers and riders. Mm-hmm. There's a lot goes.
And they just put out some new guidelines to really specify how they think that you should behave and act in their cars.
Exactly. Okay, so here are some of them. From Uber, as our community guidelines make clear, you shouldn't touch or flirt with other people in the car. As a reminder, Uber has a no sex rule, like the champagne room. That's no sexual contact with drivers or fellow riders, no matter what.
Okay, in all fairness, touch or flirt, you can touch and flirt a little bit.
The driver?
No, but if you're like with a partner that you're like, you guys in Uber together, you can touch each other. Or if you're in an Uber pool, do you know, I have a lot of friends who've gotten dates from Uber pool.
I think that's so weird.
They're flirting.
See, but the funny thing, so look, I'm glad that it worked out and that they were put in this situation and it worked out. But the thing is, you also hear very often like, oh God, like if I'm in there and then they sit some guy there, then he's bothering me, he's being creepy.
Yeah, that's no fun.
So
it's only if there's like a real love connection that it's worth it.
Well, and if that's the case, and if people are getting creeped out, then I don't think we should talk about the successful hookups, because then that just tells people that you should try when you get in the car. So anyway, it is officially against the rules. And look, I'm going to be real. When they say no touching, I don't think they care if like you touch a shoulder. But I think they think
that we're not even in a car. Please don't do that again, actually.
I think they want to stop you from even that light touching so that you don't do the sort of touching that they're really worried about.
The petting.
They don't want heavy, sticky petting. I don't think they want any of that stuff in their car. Because it's the person's car. That's gross. You also can't intentionally spill food.
I like that they say intentional, though, because the accidents happen.
Accidents do happen. If I was an Uber driver, I just wouldn't want you eating food in my car. Why are you eating food in a car?
Sometimes you're in a rush. One time I was in Uber, and
a monkey bit me.
I was in a rush somewhere, and I had to bring a smoothie in. And
Did you spill it?
No, but I was just saying sometimes you need to.
Yeah.
That's all.
Look,
there wasn't a climax to that story.
I'm glad that they make it intentionally. I do think that there's a lot of ambiguity there. Was it intentional or not? Like, oops, I spilled my drink all over your Lexus. But I do think,
nice
in general, when you get,
mine are like,
yeah, I don't just go on a Lexus.
If you're gonna,
I would say if you go in an Uber, generally try not to have food. If you drive in someone's car, generally try not to have food.
I always do it. Once I got in my friend's car, you guys know, James Patterson, who's Dash on one of the riots, because I got in his car, in the back of his car, with pancakes and syrup. And I was just eating it on a plate.
Wait, you got in the back of his car?
We were with somebody else too. And so I had a plate with pancakes and syrup.
Why did you have pancakes?
It was in the morning.
Why don't you eat it at home? This is a quick aside. So very often, Hannah will come to shoot in the morning and then immediately begin eating her breakfast. And I always wonder, why did you go to the trouble of packing it up and carrying it across the city rather than just eating it at home?
Because sometimes I don't have time, so I have to bring it on the go. And I want to eat a little bit in my car.
Don't do that. That's so dangerous.
Exactly. So then I bring it here and I eat it here. It's not the same way. I'm trying to get ready at home and trying to eat, and then I just get here.
Yeah, and we're trying to shoot and you're eating.
No,
so
you're never ready when I get here, so I just take the little time that I have.
I think it's weird.
I didn't bring food today.
Not today, that's true. I'll be on the lookout.
Maybe
I'll be on the
pancakes and syrup in the car.
I didn't bring food because I spilled it in my Uber. Anyway, okay, you also can't drink, by the way, so someone spilled chicken marsala in my brother's car years and years and years ago.
Okay, well, that's gross.
The smell never went away.
You have to bring, like, good smelling things. Like, I wouldn't eat, like, a tuna casserole in somebody's
I got news
car.
for you. If you spill it in a car and a couple weeks go by, nothing smells good. Okay, you can't drink or smoke, which I think is going to be a surprise to a lot of people, because a lot of people seem to think that
you can just bring alcohol on Uber.
They think that Uber is literally a club, and that they're in the back of the club going crazy or whatever. It's a car. Like,
yeah, I feel like it's like you're not supposed to have open alcohol in your car.
in any car.
In any car.
Yeah.
So just because it's an Uber, like you still can't bring your red cup in it. Okay?
Exactly.
Frat boys that live in my apartment, do you understand me? You can't do that.
Yeah, even if there are pancakes in it. You also can't vomit due to excessive alcohol consumption. You can vomit for other reasons, just not because of the excessive alcohol.
But that's fair. What if they're like sick?
If you are urgently about to vomit, don't get in someone's car.
What if you don't know? Sometimes it happens.
Sometimes it's just like, oh, what should I get my mom for Christmas? Oh, I should really walk by. That's not how it works.
It could happen.
Okay, also, there are some other things, non-sexual things, non-drinking things, asking overly personal questions.
I do that constantly. I should be banned from Uber.
I'll work on it. I think my drivers very often ask overly personal questions.
But what do you consider
and I don't even
overly
really
personal?
If you ask what someone does for their job, I think that's an overly personal question.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh
and I'm
God.
not saying I care, but I'm saying it is a personal question.
I ask them, like, what else they do besides Uber, what their dreams are, what their family dynamics
Those are overly
like,
personal
if they have
questions.
kids, if they're dating somebody, what their sign is, have they felt itching or burning in the past few weeks. I ask all the questions.
Because God knows I have. Those are overly personal.
Whoops.
You can't use verbal threats.
Yes, that makes sense.
People need to be told this stuff. That's weird.
Yeah, don't do. But that doesn't matter if you're in an Uber anyway. Don't give verbal threats or physical threats. Just
Stop threatening people.
Yeah, don't do that.
And making comments or gestures that are aggressive, sexual, discriminatory, or disrespectful.
Fair. You shouldn't do that anywhere, whether you're in an Uber or not.
I mean, look, I've been in Ubers even recently where, I mean, they will start talking about very political stuff. And, like, sometimes I line up with them and sometimes I don't. I generally hide what my politics are regardless in that situation. But I don't think that you should be bringing up politics in an Uber.
I agree with you. I think with this past election, there's kind of been, like, a grace period where, like, I'll be getting, like, food somewhere and somehow, like, the person will bring up the election. And it could be anywhere. Like, I feel like
How long is the grace period? A month?
Yeah, I feel like people are bringing it up and talking about it, and people are giving more acceptance than normal, right? Because we know usually, like, on dates, you're not supposed to bring up politics. But if you're going on a date right now, during this time period, like, you have to bring up politics because it's such a divisive issue that you want to understand where the other person lies. So I think you
but if they lie on the opposite side, and it's really important to both of you, that's incredibly uncomfortable.
Right. So then you learn right then and there that it's not going to work out and you don't continue on. You don't waste each other's time. That makes total sense to me.
Well, I know, but I would say from Uber's point of view, they want to avoid
right. So that's
that
why
opening,
I'm saying there's...
because that could lead to aggressive or discriminatory comments.
But that's what I was getting at, is that even though we've had this sort of grace period and I sort of do give that to Uber, it is a little bit more uncomfortable when you're in somebody's car who is supposed to get you somewhere safe, right? And who has, like, control to some extent. So maybe avoid it in Ubers.
Yeah, and I think, look, people who ride in Ubers, I very often say, are apparently the people in the world who are most interested in other people. Like, they literally just want to have conversations with people all day, which blows my mind. But they want to do it, and that's fine. But you can't see driving in an Uber as, like, a means to, like, date people. Like asking people if they're single. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like asking people if they're single, like
I think this
following them after they get out of the car.
Mainly this goes for people who are in the car. Riders.
What does?
These rules.
I think this is for both. Brett and I talked about this on the main show. They actually have a few more too. But they have rules for both. Like, you're not allowed to touch or flirt or whatever on either side. They want, like, and it's not surprising. It's a workplace, basically. They don't want your workplace to be suffused with violence or sex, basically. Right. Unless you work on, like, Game of Thrones. Then it's, like, totally natural. But anyway, these are just some of the things that you might want to avoid doing if you're riding in an Uber, especially if you are driving an Uber and want to continue that job. If you break these rules, you can be banned. They do have an appeals process, and there are, like, classes you can take to be reinstated, but you probably want to avoid those sorts of problems in the first place by realizing that this is a service that you're providing or consuming.
Or using,
and be respectful and nice about it.
You know what? Even if you're not using this service, just be respectful and nice. Period.
If you see an Uber drive by, wave.
No, but, like, just to other humans.
Oh.
Like, I don't understand.
Let's not go that far.
Like, don't be an asshole. Period. Whether you're in an Uber, whether you're not, wherever you are.
That's
don't
a
be
stupid
an asshole.
fucking thing to say.
Yeah.
Anyway, just be nice to each other, I guess. Let us know about your experience in Ubers. Has anyone that you've either driven or driven with broken these rules?
Ooh,
You can let us know down below.
Rat them out.
Rat them out down below. Put their name and license plate number.
Snitches get... I don't...
Bitches?
No.
Wouldn't it be better if
It's
snitches
but I
got
don't like
bitches?
that.
Because then, like, you're, like, incentivized to reveal law breaking. Anyway, let us know what you think down below.
That's a derogatory term.
What?
You're banned from ThinkTank, bitches.
What? I love dogs. I want as many dogs as possible. I just want, like, a puppy. Like, I say, this guy robbed him, and I'm handed a puppy. Okay. Let me know what you think about my justification for that down below, and we'll see you in the next video.